Hi there, Deanna Burgard here, Indigeneer, co-president of IndigeSTEAM, and I'm really excited to be back to work after an extended leave and to find all the amazing things that IndigeSTEAM has been working on, and to rejoin the conversation and help convene conversations with others. My pronouns are she, her. I am from Treaty 8 territory, Fond du Lac First Nation in northern Saskatchewan. My relatives are from Fond du Lac, Uranium City, and Fort Chipewyan. I'm working in Treaty 7 territory, and I've been here in Treaty 7 territory in Calgary, Mohkinstsis, home of the Blackfoot Confederacy, the Stoney Nakoda Nation, the Tsuut'ina Nation, and Métis Nation Region 3. And I am so excited to invite you to join our conversations going forward. How do you do that? First, join our newsletter, follow our newsletter. We have a publication that we are going to be a lot more frequent on, and I'm excited to share space with Indigenous STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math folks from across Turtle Island. I'm here to offer you a space to share your amazing initiatives and your projects and your passion with our readership. I would like to thank all the hardworking folks at IndigeSTEAM for granting me the space and time to take a leave to nurture my mental, physical, emotional, and spiritual health. And I am back. I am so excited to learn and share with you about all the new developments, about ideas and pathways forward for IndigeSTEAM, but also in partnership with other organizations so we can walk together in a good way. Thank you to IndigeSTEAM's co-president, Jessica Vandenberg. You are doing amazing things in the space at the University of Alberta and in all of your interactions in community and with youth and in partnership with other organizations. Jessica, it's an honor that you're part of IndigeSTEAM. Thank you to Wendy Hutchins for being one of our founding board members, our treasurer, and our overall mentor, empowerment coach, and connector. Wendy, you have been a continued guide for all of us in support as an ally with your unending faith in our vision and our passion. Thank you to Rob Cardinal. He is our director and another founding board member. He started First Light Initiative, which has now become our partnership for community bundle at IndigeSTEAM. And for your work with stars and constellations, and for your work in Indigenous education, and with your nation, with Siksika. Thank you for always being a co-collaborator with me and with the rest of us. And just a huge welcome to our staff. We have now on our staff, we have Amy Marie Holland, who is an herbalist, a connector, former supply chain specialist in oil and gas, overall program manager and coordinator for our education topic bundles. And Brendan Manybears, creative coordinator. He'll be helping facilitate our workshops, our TP workshops, TP paint nights, and more. And Logan Arcilla, who is one of our founding first staff members. He is our robotics guru. He was instrumental in bringing a team to Dubai. He runs our robotics youth teams and clubs, and is really the visionary behind our robotics powwow. And thank you to all of our board members. I want to say thank you to Corrine Paul, our secretary, Sheila Norris, our director at large, Anita Lafferty, our director at large, Steve Saddleback, our director at large, or director of co-creating, convening, connecting spaces. I don't know, work in progress. Joanne Martineau, director at large, and a founding member of Gaia, which is evolving to become our ACES professional chapter, which is to be named Pathways for Choice, and it was formerly named .CACES West. So we are super, super excited that things are convening and converging. The IndigeSTEAM is slated now to create, with a grant from NSERC as well as a grant from Itapatope at the University of Calgary, knowledge bundles in collaboration with community and youth and Indigenous elders knowledge bundles around topics like health for ourselves, physical, emotional, mental, and spiritual. STEAM for animals. So that could be vet med. It could be wildlife biology, but bringing Indigenous-led voices in that space. STEAM for land, whether it's land use, land implications on land, sustainability of land, development on land, but also connection to land and connection to place and honoring traditional ecological knowledge. A bundle around sky. So whether that is air, aviation, these are all bundles that have not been created. This are the beginning days, and I'm excited to share that with you. I have so many people that I would love to bring into this conversation. And then there's a bundle around space and stars. So that's led by and in partnership with Rob Cardinal, who's our Indigenous astronomer, land and sky, star stories in collaboration with elders and community, like our project Teepees and Telescopes. We're bringing conversations around water conservation, water protection, water quality, water use, and how to lead that conversation in a decolonized, Indigenous-led way for the betterment and benefit of all. And each topic will also have an overarching theme around energy. So not just energy use, but like the whole energy system, whether or not we produce energy, whether it's fossil fuels or renewables, whether we transport energy, whether that is via electricity, pipelines, trucks, solar, hydro, wind, hydrogen pipelines, the future of that, lithium, and so on. What does that energy transition look like for the world, whether you work for a producer, a transporter, and yes, whether you work for a consumer or a distribution company? And how do we change those spaces, decolonize them, bring Indigenous wisdom and bring Indigenous perspectives? Sorry, I'm so excited. I'm knocking things over. So another thing that we are looking to do is creating space to invite people in those conversations. And we're going to do that for the first time in February in partnership with the Energy Futures Lab. So stay tuned for information on that and how you can be a part of the conversation. In the meantime, if this excites you, I hope it does, reach out to us at 10 a.m. IndigeSTEAM every day, Monday to Friday. IndigeSTEAM leads what we call our coffee pot chats. And so we are inviting you, if you have a topic, if you have an initiative, if you have something that you're working on, whether you are an Indigenous-led organization or a non-Indigenous-led organization, where you think IndigeSTEAM and our partners and our members and our youth and our broader community in ASIS, the American Indian Science and Engineering Society, and other broader communities can support you in your vision, so we can continue this path of creating ethical space in the spirit of justice, equity, diversity, and inclusion towards belonging in STEAM, science, technology, engineering, arts, and math. And so with that, I invite you to join us in the coming months to have a conversation with us, whether it's a coffee chat or joining us in person in circle. And let's find those pathways forward together. Thank you so much for watching this. If you've seen this whole recording, I came on to speak for 2 minutes and I'm coming up on 10. So I am deeply grateful for everyone that has convened in these spaces with us, IndigeSTEAM, since our inception 3 years ago. And those who have convened with us in our various pockets that we started before we came together as IndigeSTEAM. That's Power to Choose, the camp for youth that's been held since 2010 or 2011. That's the Alberta Women's Science Network that started Operation Minerva and Power to Choose. That's Rob Cardinal and his Vision with First Light initiative, which is now the partnerships with community. And then the Gaia, which at the very, very start of it, when Joanne Martineau and I were at the National Native American Indian Studies Association conference in 2016 in Hawaii, where we came up with the idea of Gaia, the Global Association for Indigeneering Alliance, was basically our dream of bringing Indigenous STEM professionals together before we really partnered with ACES, the American Indian Science and Engineering Society. So everything's converging and growing and coming together, and it's extremely exciting for us. And we hope you join us. Thank you. Take care. Tanzi, have a good week. Masi.